Hi girls, good afternoon. Today is our 17th lecture in digital circuit and fundamental of microprocessor. Now today we will start the counter. We had seen, just a minute girls. Yeah, we have seen the registers 15 register, right? Now the counter we will see. What is a counter exactly? How do we introduce about the counter? Counter are the crucial hardware components. It will use anywhere. N number of applications is on a counter. Like if you are standing on a station and you are waiting for a train, so that counter will counts 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minute, or three, four, three, two, one, and zero. So these are the counters, right? When we are applying on a washing machine, so we'll set the time and then we start the machine so that counter is starting, and when it is zero it will stop. So it's stopwatch, digital machines, anywhere in the digital system there we use the counter to count. So there are two types of counter. One is the up counter and down counter. We'll see later on. First we will understand what is a counter exactly. Counters are the crucial hardware components. Counter circuits are made using flip-flops, right? The flip-flop is what? It is a one bit of memory cell, right? One bit of data we can store into the memory cell. That is a flip-flop. So the combination of flip-flop it forms the register, right? But there is in a register there is no clock pulse, right? Just it stores the data. That has a different mode in a register: serial in, out, serial in, parallel in, serial out, parallel in, and parallel out. These are four way we can store the data and we can take the data from the register. So it is a static purpose. It is stored the data. Now counter is a dynamic purpose. While the clock pulse is going on, your counter will increment or decrements the data by using a flip-flop. Flip-flop is a memory cell. Suppose that flip-flop has 1, so next time if it is a counter is increased, it will be a 2. Then again increment, it will be a 3 because the 2 is stored into the flip-flop. So it is a by a counter is use of flip-flop, right? So this is the very basic fundamental of counter. Counter is designed by using a flip-flop. How many types of flip-flop we have? We have a four types of flip-flop. One is SR, JK, D, and T, right? So the application is depend upon what kind of flip-flop we will use for that particular applications, right? So the whenever it is comes to the counter, we use a flip-flop for the designing purpose. Counter have modes also. So a mode means what? It is a 2-bit mode, 4-bit mode, 8-bit mode, for 16-bit mode. So we'll understand while we are designing a counter the mode. But the basic concept of that, the counter have modes, right? The mode of counter is represent the number of state of a cycle, right? Number of state of a cycle. If mode 12, so that counter will work with the 12 cycle, and again it is start from the beginning, right? So the only the 12 cycle it will start. So that is the number of state of cycle through it, and before setting the counter to be it initialize, mode has to be initialized. A binary mode 4 counter has 4 count state from 000 to 011, right? So that means 00 01 10 11. So this is what four modes of counter. If it is a finish 11, again it comes the 00 01 10 and 11. So the mode 4 counter counts from 0 to 4, and this means it is generally mode n counter. It counts the number from where the 2n is equals to capital N, right? It is a 2n is equals to capital S. It's contain the number n number, right? It's contain the n number means what? 2 to the power n is equals to capital N, right? If it is a 3-bit number, so 2 to the power 3 means what? It is a 8. So the 8 stages will be there. That is 8 stages. 2 to the power 3. 3 means 3 input, and that 3 input gives the 8 stages, like 000, 001, 010, 011, 100, 101, 110, and 111. So all these are the 8 stages, right? So it is interrelated to each other, your modes and your counter also. So the 2 to the power n is equals to capital N, and capital N is a mode counter, right? Suppose small n is 3, so capital N will get 8, so that counter is in a mode 8 counter, right? Now, what is counter exactly? So the counter is looks like this. The digital circuit which is used to count the number of a pulse are formally called as a counter or timer, right? It is called as a counter or timer, but there is a basic difference between the counter and timer. Counter will count, it is increment and decrement. Timer will only increment the time, right? So that is the counter and timer. Counting means it is incrementing or decrementing the value of an operator with respect to its previous state value, right? Suppose previous state means what? Now it is a 2, it will be a 3. So the 3 value is depend upon 2. 2 is the previous and 3 is the next. Now the after 3 it is the value is 4. Now 4 is the next value, but the previous value is 2 and the present value is 3. So it is depend upon always the previous value. So we cannot perform this action counting with any other logic device rather than the counter, right? So we cannot perform this counting part any other logic device. It is use only the counter. Now this is shows the display. Everywhere we show this counting display, right? Now, what type of counter? The basically there are the synchronous or synchronous counter, right? These are the types of counter. Now the ups and down counter, decade counter, ring counter, and John's counter. Now today we will see only the synchronous and asynchronous counter, right? The next lecture we will see the ups and down counter. So today's our purpose of this lecture is to clear the basic difference between the synchronous and asynchronous counter, right? So the words indicate synchronous. If we dance and we do all the steps similar, so then automatically our words comes. Now the dance has good synchro. Synchro means what? It is the same at the same action at the same time, right? That is the synchronous. If it is mismatch any actions with respect to time, that is asynchronous mode, right? Now what is the difference between the asynchronous and synchronous? We'll see later on, but first we will understand how the asynchronous counter will work, right? Now in asynchronous counter do not have universal clock, because asynchronous do not have all the flip-flop does not have the same clock pulse. It is the clock pulse are different, right? One by one flip-flop gets activated, right? One by one flip-flop gets activated. It is not having a universal clock. Only first flip-flop is to drive by the main clock, and the clock input of reset of the following flip-flop is driven by the output of the previous flip-flop, right? Output of the previous flip-flop. You can see the example. These are 4-bit counter. Now this is 1 bit, 2 bit, 3 bit, 4 bit, right? Always first bit is a LSB and the last bit is a MSB. Sorry, always first bit is a MSB and the last bit is a LSB, right? So our data will come first the LSB. Now the first flip flop has a clock driven, right? First flip flop has a, so when it is comes the clock pulse, our first flip flop will get activated, right? But the second flip flop is clock is depend upon the output of the previous flip flop, right? So this is your second flip flop. This clock is depend upon the output of this flip flop, and this clock is depend upon output of this flip flop, and this clock is depend upon the output of this flip flop, right? So these are the asynchronous counter, because the clock is not universal same to all flip flop, right? Clock is just given to first flip flop to drive, and the output of that flip flop will be act as a clock of other flip flop, right? So now how we will get the waveforms for this clock, because this is a 4 bit, q0, q1, q2 and q3, right? So this is your LSB and this is your MSB. This is your clock pulse you are giving here. These are the clock pulse sine wave, right? With particular frequency that we will count, how we will calculate the clock pulse frequency, right? Now, when we give all j and k is 1, because this is a higher and all are given to the 1, right? So this is q and q complement, right? Now, if it is a clock is given, at the negative edge of the clock, your Q0 will be high for this clock pulse, right? For this clock pulse, your Q0, right? Right? Now, this Q0, this clock, Q0 clock is Q0 signal is a clock of Q1 output, right? Clock of Q1 output. At the negative edge of Q0, your Q1 will get activated for this clock pulse, right? This clock pulse. When your Q1 is activated, when your Q1 is activated, it is given to the Q2. At the negative edge of the Q1, your Q2 gets activated for this clock pulse, right? And at the negative edge of this Q2, your Q3 get activated for these two pulses, because this waveform is a clock of your Q3 J3 flip flop 3, right? So this Q2 output will act as a clock pulse of your this F3 flip flop, right? So your Q3 output will depend upon this clock pulse, right? When this is just I explain, and these cycles get rotated. This is a asynchronous mode. We are not giving all the flip flop is all clock pulse to all the flip flops. We are giving only the clock to the first flip flop in asynchronous, and the output of first flip flop is a clock of the next flip flop, and that the clock of the next flip flop is what? This is this is this is one cycle, right? This is second cycle, and it is activated at the negative edge of the clock. So it is falling edge from up to down. So if it is a falling edge, clock output of Q2 will get activated, right? Now this is output of Q2 is negative edge. So now this is the down, right? This is a fun. So Q3 gets activated, and this will be continue as it is, and it is a rotate. So this kind of waveform you will get. Any other applications which you require the output of first flip flop as a input of other flip flop, so you can go for the asynchronous counter mode. Now we'll see that the synchronous counter mode. What is the difference between the synchronous counter mode, right? In synchronous counter mode has only global clocks which driven each flip flop, so output change in a parallel, right? So all the clock pulse, all the flip flop has a same clock pulse, right? It has the same clock pulse. It is not depend on others clock output of other flip flop. Now this is a clock, this is a clock, this is a clock, and this is a. These signals are combined, and these are the clock input. So the output will get at the same time. Output you will get at the same time. You don't have to see here and there, right? Now change in a parallel. The one advantage of synchronous counter over the asynchronous counter, it can operate on high frequency than asynchronous counter, right? So if it is a very high frequency, so the synchronous counter it can operate for the very high frequency, as it does not have cumulative delay, because the same clock is given to each flip flop. So same clock is given to each flip flop. This is a combination. So what is the J value of Q3, J2? When we design a synchronous counter for up and down, so we'll get these equations, and then we'll see. Just now for the being understanding, you should keep it in mind the counter has two modes. One is the synchronous mode, another is the asynchronous mode. In asynchronous mode, our clock pulse is not a global clock, it is not a universal clock. Only first flip flop will giving a clock, and rest of the flip flop will take the output of previous flip flop, right? In synchronous mode will give global clock, universal clock to all the flip flop, so the output will be in a parallel mode, right? This is used for very high frequency. So now how we will see this output? It's the same clock pulse. Output is giving to each and every equal edge, and then the clocks is running over there. Now this is your counter for Q3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because their J is depend upon, their J is depend upon the J and Q previous output. Their J, this J is depend upon Q1 and Q J and K also. So it is a this logic equation is calculated while we are designing a truth table for asynchronous 3-4 bit asynchronous up and down counter, up and down counter. So we'll get this equation, and that is the Q3 will depend upon your Q2 output, and Q2 is depend upon your Q1 output and Q0 output, right? So it is calculated. So now these are the waveform. It is same like as a asynchronous mode. When it is a negative edge, your output of Q1, your output of Q2, your output of Q3, and your output Q2 and Q3, right? Now we'll see the difference between the synchronous and asynchronous. The propagation's delay is very slow in synchronous, right? Whereas in asynchronous, the propagation's delay is higher that of the synchronous counter, because propagation's delay means they are depend on each and every mode of previous. And here in asynchronous will trigger all the flip flop at the same time, right? So it operational frequency is very high, and here the maximum frequency of operation is very low. Synchronous, these are faster than that of ripple counter. Asynchronous, these are slow in operations, right? Here, the large number of logic gates are required to design. Just now we have seen in asynchronous there is a large number of logic gates is required. So in asynchronous there is a less number of logic gates required. It is very high cost, it is very low cost, and synchronous circuit are easy to design. Asynchronous is very a bit complex to design. This is the basic difference between synchronous and asynchronous counter as we have seen. Now there is a ripple counter. So asynchronous counter is called as a ripple counter, right? Now the others is, we will see the up and down counter in a ripple counter in a asynchronous counter, as well as up and down counter in a synchronous. Then we'll see the mode of counter. We will design the counter according to the mode of counter. Suppose 3 mode counter, 8 mode counter, 7 mode counter, 12 mode counter. So how we will design this counter in a mode. Third one, it is a ring counter, means your data is rotated from 0 to 1, 0 to 5 or 7, whatever our destination. Again, it comes to the 0 and all. So there is a ring counter and John's counter also. So in the next lecture, we will see how we will design a ripple counter, ring counter, decade counter, John's counter. So up counter, down counter, decade counter, ring counter, and John's counter. So we will see the designing of counter in a next lecture. This was just the introduction, how the counter work, what are the classification of counter, and how the waveforms are generated by using asynchronous and asynchronous, and the basic difference between the synchronous and asynchronous counter, right? So now next lecture we will conduct the mm, designing of counter, right? So any query, girls, please let me know. Pranali?
No, miss.